And this is important, that even if we have very strong left system oriented brain, but if we don't have the artistic, spontaneous oriented brain, the other will suffer. And it same goes in case taking, in removing symptom, in giving remedy, in understanding that patient in case taking as well as follow up. But this is what, important, that rather than we have a left brain centric, a book centric approach, if I can have, an approach which is patient centric, that is the best. Rather than having one book centric, one person centric, one method centric, I need an approach which is patient centric, spontaneous. And that is what I call the right brain approach in homeopathy. Yeah. Now, question is why I came to this and how I came to this. That's very, very important. You know that before this, I wrote books like Scientifically Intuitive, Case Witnessing Process, The Journey of 3 Steps, which is logically systematic, step by step method of case taking in almost every condition, whether acute or chronic, whether children or grown up or old age, whether it is simple pathology or deep irreversible pathology or psychiatric cases. And I focus a lot on children case taking, which you also have in Russian language. And then I wrote a third book, which was scientific case taking in difficult condition, like in psychiatric cases, non-verbal children, cancer cases, deep irreversible pathology cases. In spite of this, when I look back at all my 20,000 plus cases, I see in many cases, especially 20 to 30% of the cases, especially those people who are knowledgeable, like healer, psychiatrist, homeopath, yeah, teachers, where they have a beautiful system dominated brain. In spite of getting every peculiar what I want, I still failed. Now, why this is happening? This is what we need to understand. Be alert here. That this homeopath, he gave me everything, and everything was peculiar. But it came from his logical mind, learned mind, not the spontaneous, natural mind. That's why he only remembered those peculiar which he wanted to. Out of dream, he only told me that which he wanted to. Fear, feeling only what he wanted to. In childhood, he only remember incident which he wanted to. Though he gave me everything, but all came from logical brain. And I'm sure if you look back at your practice, many of us have such that in spite of such beautiful picture, beautiful peculiars, our results still not there. So then I was asking myself question that in such cases where the left logical brain is so dominated, can I include a method or a questions or an approach which bring the peculiars or the symptoms from a spontaneous brain, natural brain, and not from a learned brain? Yeah, and that's where this whole journey started. Then I started putting those methods, those questions which will help me. And gradually that took the form of the right brain approach in homeopathy.